Let us know when they're rolling. Guys, we have the attorneys.
The attorneys are on 544.
One second. Go ahead.
Shimon,
go ahead,
you're
guys.
on.
Today's not a happy day. Today's a very sad day for this country. I think that...
Can you hear it?
You're on.
I think that what you saw in the
Okay, I hear you guys.
unsealed today is exactly what has been talked about
They can hear.
for the past 7 years.
You're saying they got.
And the district attorney has turned what is actually a completely political issue into a political prosecution. And it's not a good day. It's not a sad day. I don't expect this to happen in this country. You don't expect this to happen to somebody who was the president of the United States. And on the one hand, there's not really any surprises. I know there was a lot of talk over the past several weeks and the past several days about what's going to be in this indictment and what's going to be there that we don't know. There must be something besides what we've been talking about for the past 4 or 5 years. There wasn't. There's nothing. The indictment itself is boilerplate. It doesn't allege any federal crime, any state crime that's been violated. It doesn't allege what the false statement is. And it's really disappointing. It's sad, and we're going to fight it. We're going to fight it hard.
Were you surprised? Were you surprised by anything in the indictment?
No.
How about you? Were you surprised?
Yeah, I was surprised there were no facts in there. I mean, normally in an indictment you have alleged facts. So they said that this was a false business record entry to aid and abet another crime without saying what the other crime was.
Can you talk about his demeanor? How was he doing?
Trump's reaction was when he saw the charges against him.
When you say what his reaction was, what do you expect his reaction was? I mean, his reaction was exactly what would happen if it happened to anybody that I'm looking at now or anybody that's hearing what you're saying. He's frustrated, he's upset, but I'll tell you what, he's motivated, and it's not going to stop him, and it's not going to slow him down, and it's exactly what he expected, and so to that extent, there's no surprise. But he's also upset and frustrated and disappointed and mad that this happened.
What about the warnings against his
Well, there was not a warning. What do you mean?
from the judge, talking about
The judge did not
threats to
warn.
Manhattan Bay.
The district attorney made a statement addressing what they perceived to be, I'm not sure what the words they used, inappropriate rhetoric of some sort. Obviously, we responded, and the judge just took it in. The judge didn't warn. He asked the parties to consider what they're saying and not saying.
Guys, he did not admonish the president, and that's important.
There's no request that the president not use language that would incite violence or civil unrest. He did not request that the president not use language. He requested that everybody involved
Correct, both parties.
refrain from using language that's inappropriate. And by the way, that includes the witnesses for the people who are talking just
But it
as
also
much as the
includes the
president.
former president swinging a baseball bat at the head of the Manhattan DA.
Well, I don't know where you got that because if
That
you
was a tweet
that
sent
was-
out by the former president.
No, it wasn't. And first of all, that picture was not him swinging a baseball bat. I mean, if you want to distort the facts, go right ahead. I won't address that. Yes, it is. He wasn't swinging a baseball bat at anyone's head. That was a picture of him showing off an American-made bat. But someone else put a picture of the district attorney next to him, and in an article posted that. That's not his article. That's not his place.
Wasn't that on Truth Social?
Not using language that incites.
Guys, here's what we're going to talk about today. Here's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about the
he commit to
insufficiency
that?
of this case. And I will say this to you. Today's unsealing of this indictment shows that the rule of law died in this country. Because while everyone is not above the law, no one's below it either. And if this man's name was not Donald J. Trump, there is no scenario we'd all be here today. Please understand that based on these charges.
What are we going to get from him tonight when he speaks?
When?
Tonight.
Yeah, 8 o'clock.
What are we going to get?
What? I don't know. You'll hear it.
You should tune in and you'll hear
We
it.
know.
Wanted a trial in January. Did you think that was realistic?
No.
Can you guys talk about? There's a lot of speculation about the unity among the defense attorneys.
Look at this.
There's
Look
a
at
lot
us.
Is that why you chose to do this?
Time
come
out
out
you
together?
come out together?
Yeah.
We don't know.
We
That's
chose to
ridiculous.
come out together so we could speak with one voice, but there is no disunity here. That's gossip and it's nonsense.
And-
We've been working together and we will be working together.
And this, to me, quite frankly, is the best team I've ever worked with, the lawyers. I'm honored to be working with these guys. It's a family, it's a team, and we have one mission, and we'll achieve
What's
that
your
mission.
next move? What's your next move?
go home and have some food.
What about the
Are you
change of
uncharged?
venue
Are
stuff?
you gonna
When do
appeal
we?
the charges?
I mean, we're going
When
to
do
start
you
fighting
start
the case.
filing?
I didn't mean to be
When do you start filing motions? I'm assuming one of the first things you're going to
The
do
judge
is
set a motion schedule.
to dismiss. I assume that'll be
the judge,
something.
The judge set a motion schedule that requires motion files in 4 months. So that's when we'll be filing motions.
This whole notion about how this is sort of like a novel, or do you?
It's not a notion. It's actually
That's
a
like,
fact. It's
but
never been charged
talk
before.
about that. But like,
There's
just
nothing else to say except the district attorney. This office has existed for decades and decades, and you can find one if you'd like. You'll never see a charge like this ever.
You understand?
This case.
You understand this?
On what
Simple
else-
as this.
on what
A
else will
state prosecutor is prosecuting a federal election law violation that doesn't exist according to federal election law officials. It's as simple as that. You can sum it all up like that.
Will there be anything else in your motion to dismiss?
That we haven't even come
what about
close
the
to
change of
filing.
venue? There's all this
anything
talk. Can someone address that now?
The defendant could potentially post discovery on social media. Are you committed that your client will do that?
That won't happen. And more than us committing, he's committed.
What
We're not here
about
playing
the
win a
change
case.
of venue? A
Client
lot.
about posting on social media. Have you given him?
We're not having any discussion about what we told her.
What about the
surprised
change of
the mention
venue?
of 2 women?
Just answer this question about the change of venue. There's a lot
It's
of
premature.
right.
premature.
So why is he talking about that? And why is he trying to move this to a place
So,
like Staten
once
Island?
again, we're 3 lawyers here to litigate and fight this case. We're not PR consultants. We're not social media consultants. Donald Trump has made one hell of a brand and became president of the United States with his social media and posts and everything else, his messages. We are here to talk about the case and litigate cases. We can't address what he posts or what he wants to post or did post.
But as his attorneys, have you told him to stop posting this rhetoric,
So
these
what I
messages
said
about
before
the
was
judge?
we can't, literally, we
Yeah.
can't tell you what we've discussed with
No,
our
I
client.
understand,
So
but are
that's
you
the answer.
concerned that he's continuing to
Not
go
concerned
after
at
the
all.
judge, talking about the judge's wife, talking about the family? I mean, are you?
I don't think
any
the judge
other
was concerned about it.
Yeah, but any other defendant, wouldn't you be like?
Any
"You
other
need to
defendant
stop"?
wouldn't be here
He's
today.
not going after the judge. He is not going after the judge. He commented that he thought that there were some issues that may cause a conflict. That's not going after the judge. He is not threatening the
going
judge.
after
He is
the DA.
not going after the
Right, he's
judge.
going after the
He has
DA.
said that the DA, he is angry because the DA has brought a case that is unjustified.
I mean, it
And
wasn't
so
just
I'm not
that
going to comment
before,
on
but
it.
just saying
You
he
may
was
disagree with the way he spoke,
Can
but
you
he
talk
is
about the
angry.
process?
Can you
Was
talk
he
about the fact that it was
fingerprinted? Was there a
I'm not going to
mugshot?
talk about
Was
it.
there a
In fact,
mugshot?
I think thank you for
What
your
about
attention.
fingerprints?
But we're going to move on.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, counselors.
Just been listening to the defense attorneys for the former president. CNN's Paula Reed is also at court. Paula, you've got new details on the indictment. What jumps out at you?
Yeah.
Paula Reed, are you there? Ali Honig, you've been reading
Yes,
the...
I am. Hello. So,
Go ahead, Paula.
we've been looking over the indictment. What really stands out to me here in layman's terms is that they're accusing the former president of engaging in a scheme to hide unlawful activity from the public both before and after the 2016 election. They're alleging that he engaged in what are called catch and kill schemes, where you pay someone for their story and then suppress it to boost his electoral prospects. Now, they point to 3 specific instances. The first is a $30,000 payment made to a doorman who alleged that the former president had had a child out of wedlock. The second payment that we know about is $150,000 that was paid to Karen McDougal, who alleges she had an extramarital affair. Then they also point to the $130,000 that was given to Stormy Daniels, who also alleges she had a sexual relationship with then-candidate Trump. Then they go on to say that the way these were reimbursed, in particular when it comes to the $130,000 that was paid to Stormy Daniels, they say, look, these were falsely labeled as legal expenses and then mischaracterized for tax purposes. So it's interesting that they're trying to elevate this case by tying it directly to the outcome of the 2016 election. That is an argument that the district attorney's office has amplified, that this isn't just a quote-unquote paperwork crime. This was something that could have impacted the outcome of the election. But what I don't see in here is any explanation or any new facts that would make it clear to the American public why this is coming out now. We're talking about conduct that occurred 7 years ago, something that's been under investigation for 5 years, and it's unclear based on this set of facts if it will be clear to the jury that this is something that he should be convicted on and that there is no political motivation here. Now, the district attorney in a short time will have a press conference, and he may be able to speak to why he is bringing this case at this very moment, but I don't see anything really new here.